And welcome back, one and all, to Let's Play Popful Mail, Part 21. We're gonna not waste any time, dropping off the Black Orb triggered Kaiser.
At last you've come. Even as we speak, the Overlord is awakening to claim his empire. Soon, the whole world will be ours.
Not if I have anything to do with it, dog breath.
Oh, just the way I like it. Defiant to the end.
Okay, so let me just say one thing really fast. This fight is almost disappointingly easy. Now, you don't have to use Gall for this one, but again, he does the most damage and he's got the jump, so makes sense. Basically, if you can quickly attack Kaiser when he first appears, because you see he keeps teleporting in, he will disappear and reappear somewhere else. If you can keep this pattern going on like I'm doing right here, he basically will not attack, but every now and then I'll miss and then he'll try to do something. Or he'll just stop and do that, which is easy enough to avoid. Sometimes you can still sneak a quick hit in, and he's taking a lot of damage too, so for somebody who's supposed to be, you know, a high-end opponent, you know, second command here, very, very, very much the pushover. But that's fine because we've got pretty much nothing but a rush of bosses after this to look forward to, so. Game was a bit merciful here. We'll take it. And see what he has to say, because you know Big Mouth's gonna have something to say. He can't just die in grace, quietly.
So long have I waited for this. This liberation from the bonds of the Overlord. At last, I'm free. You may have the strength to defeat the Overlord after all. Put the final orb in its place. The Overlord is coming. The way stands before you.
I sure hope this restores the Black Seal. If it doesn't, we're dead meat. Here we go. Here goes nothing.
Oh no! Just remember the phrase, Mail, there's no place like home. Oh, so here we are somewhere. Yep, this should be the final stage though. 3 towers. And we're going to start off on the left here because, hey, that's where we are. I don't have the option to save at this point. That's a little foreboding. And you know what? I'm just going to do what I did last time because this music is actually pretty good. Probably will not get to hear it again. So just going to sit back and let you guys cool out. Just click the annotation you'll see on this video if you want to get back to the action. Alright, let's get it going. First up is Morgul.
Uh-oh. Somehow the Overlord modified the seal pedestals to channel the power of the orbs. Their power has been redirected to warp us into his dimensional palace. I guess Muttonhead wasn't lying after all. So, I guess we have no choice now. Let's get to work. First, we destroy the Overlord. Then we swipe his treasure.
It's so still. Do you really think he's in there?
You don't suppose there are any spooks in there, do you?
So, you finally arrived. The Overlord sends his sincerest thanks for making our return possible. Unfortunately, you've now outlived your usefulness. So, Who will be the first to die?
I will. Ga is ready for action. Ga?
Go.
Are you sure?
Facepalm,
This
not
is a spook
her.
of the highest order. Aren't you afraid? Ga's not afraid of this spook. Ga wants to fight, win, and get out of here. Ga.
Be careful, my friend.
You are not supposed to answer that. Not like that, at least. Alright, so just showing off his map sprite for whatever reason, in case you were interested. And yes, I can actually save here, so I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna have any troubles. As per usual, I did venture forth a little bit off screen to kind of get a sense of her pattern. Didn't want any embarrassments. And we've encountered Morgul. Very interesting design. We're just gonna go with Dragon Valkyrie Lady, basically. That's all I'm getting from her. Or maybe Dragon Amazon Lady. Tomato Potato. Now, she is actually very easy, but also very irritating. Irritating because, as per usual, she does way too much damage by making contact with you. And two, more importantly, she can only be attacked when she's sending out this fire pillar, like so. And you can see it coming when she raises up her hand. Any other time, she will throw up that blue shield, and you cannot hit that, and you cannot hit her. So, it's a bit of a slow going, but if you, again, just exercise patience, take your time, don't rush through, because that's when you start taking unnecessary hits like I want to do. Then you won't have any trouble. So that's pretty much her in a nutshell. Not too intimidating, and that's good because we're gonna have enough of a hassle dealing with the Overlord, which you will see. This is gonna be slightly longer, as you can tell from the video length, but that's because we're doing everything in this episode. Final rushes, ending, credits, and anything that might come after that. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, yeah. For those who are interested, you might want to keep the video rolling after the credits are over. There might be something following up that. That's all I'm going to say. Don't want to give it away, but you probably already have an idea of what it might be. Let's see. Gonna use that. Again, try not to lean on that too much, but ooh, because of stuff like that. I'm not gonna abstain either. Alright, she's almost gone. You just have to act fast, because your window of opportunity is very, very short. Now when I get to the Overlord, I don't care about using up those elixirs, but until then, I want to keep those if I can. You probably also notice everybody has their best equipment now. Again, did that off screen. And speaking of off screen, that's where Morgul's gonna die. Probably not for the first time.
Nail! Tat! I won! Morgul is history! I hope Ga won his battle.
I'm certain he did. He's become a very capable warrior.
You're right. Let's move on. It's time we finish this.
First, you abandon your helpless friend to certain agony. Now you stumble to your doom.
We're tearing this place apart, brick by brick. Your time's running out, Necros.
Come to me then, like mindless moths to a flame. I'll take great care only to singe your wings before I crush your souls.
You won't stand a chance against me. My teacher was Muttonhead.
Muttonhead? Well, this will be more entertaining than I had hoped. Step forth, weakling!
Well, here goes nothing.
Good luck, Tat.
Okay, so do we have to separate, or are they just choosing to do that? Their call to make. So, one tower's destroyed. Here you get a look at Tat's map sprite. And we're going to hide out. No, this is not the time for hiding. Come on out. Out of the shadows, Tato. We're just going to move forward. We've already saved our game again. Let's see what Necros has to offer. Yet another nuisance as far as I can tell. Now, he is actually more of a pain than Morgul, simply because the nature of Tat's weapon makes him a little tricky to hit. You have to aim it and time it just right. So this is going to take a little longer than I would have liked, but we shouldn't have any problems with him. In fact, I shouldn't even take too many hits from him, except for when things like that happen. Because he's not too hard to avoid, and this is basically what he does. Just on and on and on. He will appear, he will shoot some orb energy, you have to hit his red bottom, and I don't know what the rest of him is. I guess there is no rest of him. I guess he's something of a ghost or a specter, slash mummy, slash wizard, slash I don't know. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to try to sneak in a couple of quick hits if I can, but it's kind of tough because you can see his hand tends to block the attacks, but it hit that time, strangely enough. Very interesting hitbox we got going on here. Yeah, Tat just doesn't do nearly enough damage. Again, this is his ultimate weapon. You would expect a little bit more, but maybe I'm just being picky because I can be very picky at times. Though I like to say particular. I rest my case. Let's see. Not so many bananas, but we still got a couple melons. A few apples. Should be okay. Oh, did he lose his hood? Yes, he did. I guess that's how we know we're doing pretty good. And I kind of wish we had left it on him. He looked a little better with it, I think. That's probably why he wears it in the first place. So, yeah, he's not too impressive. But again, I think they know that Tat is not the most versatile character or the most powerful, so they were kind of forgiving here. They didn't stick him with somebody who would have had to climb a mountain to defeat. Very glad about that. And in case you're wondering or thinking about using some of his older weapons that maybe had a better trajectory, there's the whole issue of them not scaling up as far as power, so they wouldn't do any damage. I mean, this barely does. That does 4 damage itself, so anything else would probably just do 1 point. So there's that. So you do the math. 1 point of damage, 100 points of health, so 100 hits with another weapon. Don't really have the time for it. As opposed to this, which does 4 damage each hit, so that's more like, what, 25 hits? That's a little bit more tolerable. Still a lot, but... And Tat crushed Necros. Never had a doubt.
Who has come before me disguised as a human? Only immortals wield such unbelievable power. I am finished, but you will never defeat the Overlord.
Mail should be at the Overlord's door by now. Luck be with you, Popful Mail.
No thanks, we don't need luck. We've got our sword, that's enough. Our sword and our wits, that's all we need to take out the Overlord.
Well, this is it. It's up to me now. I just hope Gaw and Tat are okay. But no time for worry. I've got a job to do.
Yeah, it was your idea to split up. This isn't a horror film. Stick together. But at this point, it really doesn't matter. We have faith in our abilities. We made it this far, right? One more tower to go. We're not going to back out now. Let's just take them out and get back home. Click our heels and wash our hands of this whole ordeal.
Oh, the fearless fool that would stand before their executioner. It is impossible to turn away now. This is your destiny, and my revenge.
Your revenge will have to wait. For as long as I hold this blade, the only executioner here will be me!
You've come so far only to place yourself in my velvet grasp. Before me, brave words turn to dust in the mouth. Hopeful thoughts wither into regret, and the confident heart melts into naked fear. Step forward then, little one. The hour is at hand.
Well, they sure like to ham it up with these final bosses, don't they, as far as the dialogue. Voice actors having a little bit too much fun, I think. But that's fine. Certainly makes them more memorable. So, again, we're going to put on our helmet, just use that up. Don't care when that runs out. I do like this music track with Overlord. You don't hear it very much. It's kind of repetitive, but it's still kind of interesting, so probably going to be refraining from talking the whole way through. Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. The Overlord, which, if I'm understanding everything correctly, was actually created by Glug, the body at least, that's supposedly made of mithril. So Glug is a pretty skilled artisan after all. He definitely holds up to his reputation very well. Unfortunately, now we have to destroy his handiwork. So I'm kind of wondering what happens to the Overlord after we destroy this thing. Does his spirit or consciousness just escape into the ether, never be seen or heard from again? Will he be more or less like a ghost, able to possess another body or something? I mean, how does this work? Is he linked to it in a way where when we destroy it, he'll automatically be destroyed? I mean, that's sort of what they imply, but how does that work, especially since he was sealed in another physical body before? And clearly destroying that didn't destroy him, so why would destroying this destroy him? But, I'm not going to worry about the details. It's really not my place. So as you can see, we've kind of got a Bowser thing going on here where he's slowly destroying the ground, except instead of a pit, it reveals spikes. So it's basically the same thing, except it's just not instant death. So I guess it's a little bit better than a bottomless pit. But long story short, we've got to take him out sooner than never, because eventually we're not going to have solid ground to stand on, and that could be, I don't know, a slight problem. So, annoying thing about him, besides the fact that she does very little damage as expected, is you've got a microcosmically small window of opportunity to attack him. And again, I'm trying to get that metronome in my head working to where I can just sort of kind of intuit when it's going to open up. But you know, every so often, after X amount of seconds, was it like maybe 5 or 6 seconds, he'll briefly reveal that warp in his chest. You got to attack him really quickly because he's not going to wait around for you. Now, if you can sort of manipulate his AI's positioning, you know, kind of keep him close, but not too close. Not doing the best job here, but if you kind of move in towards him, he'll kind of back away a little bit sometimes. So you kind of want to keep a little distance, like right there is good, because that's enough to attack him like I just did, but also to hopefully avoid getting attacked. But I'm also being slightly reckless because at this point, I remember that there's nothing after this, so I don't care about using up anything as long as I have something left. And worst comes to worst, I can fall back on just spamming the amulet until it's time to hit him. So I don't think it'll even come to that. Plus that'll probably make for poor viewing, so we want to make this a little entertaining, because I can't imagine you want to watch something that isn't, so hopefully this is succeeding. But come on, you're not gonna bow out now, are you? Come on, we're in the final stages, you can't leave now. We're almost done. And still got that amulet on, the reason I'm sitting on 15. And yeah, this is definitely the time to start using these melons up. Again, like in the background here, dark skies, stormy nights, and one big bad boss on the way out, if I've got anything to say about it. Okay, so our helmets use it up. Still got some shoes that we're not going to use. Oh, I guess I could use the shoes to let you walk on spikes, but not going to worry about it. But I didn't even think about that. It is something you could do as well. So Would be kind of nice to have Gaul here too, just because I know he would do a little bit more damage just to expedite the process, but it's only appropriate to use the main hero for the final fight. Okay, he's under 50, less than half health, so you know, it's a long slog, but we're getting there. And it's a long carved road. Day before we'll be free. When he's swaying back and forth and like that, it's kind of like he's dancing to the music a little bit. Just kind of moving with the rhythm. It's like, hey, I got a pretty nice soundtrack, don't I? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's feeling it. Not enough to stop him from attacking us though, so. Just grooving with the music. Or maybe it's just me. It's just me. You know, I'm kind of wondering what happened to Falcom, the company that made this game in series like Wise and whatnot. Are they still around in any capacity? Were they bought up by a bigger company? I'm wondering, because if I ran one of those zoos out there publishing material, I would look into releasing some of their stuff as downloadable digital content for PC, PS, Xbox, all that stuff. That's me though. Maybe adding a few new features here and there, expanding on them a little bit while keeping the original content intact. Not sure how big of an audience it would have, but again, one of the perks of digital content is, at least in theory, it's very affordable, which means it can have the potential to be very profitable, especially if you market it correctly. But again, without spending too much money on marketing, because then that's where a lot of the money or the budget comes in. But I mean, how difficult would it be to re-release something like this, especially through emulation? And you know, that's just instant cash in your pockets. You know, don't you have to charge a whole lot? Anywhere from $5 to $15, depending on what it is, and there you go. And here he is, just making the most of that 1 HP. Fun's over though. I'm out. But not before you. Well, everybody, that's Popful Mail. We're not quite done yet, but I'm going to shut up and let you enjoy the credits and the ending. If you haven't already, grab your popcorn, your drink, or whatever you like to keep in front of you.
Hey, let me out of here, you morons! Do you know who you're messing with?
Oh, pipe down, you windbag. Mail and Tat'll deal with you when they get back.
I hope they're all right. I can't believe it. You made it back alive.
The Overlord is toast!
And, speaking of toast, what are we gonna do with the old Muttmeister? I say we seal him here in the Orb Tower and let him rot.
Why would you want to do a thing like that? What have I ever done to you?
Now that the Overlord's been destroyed, I say let him go.
Melee, did you hit your head or something?
Yeah, Mail. Remember, he's got a pretty big bounty on his head.
Let him go.
What a bunch of chumps! Now it's time for you simpletons to suck the sour wine of my discontent.
I ain't sucking nothing.
Well then hold on, it's going to be a bumpy ride.
The only bumps here are gonna be on your head after I throw you over the railing.
You in what army, Chia Head?
Now stop it!
Oh, I don't mean it. All I ever wanted was for people to show me a little respect, but all I can seem to manage is to make a mess of things. Oh.
You once taught me it is never too late to change, right?
Oh, Tato, I'm through with all of this. I'm going to retire. As for you, Mel, through the great doors over there, you will find Kaiser's secret vault.
But...
Take what you want. I've lost my taste for treasure, and after all that you've been through, you've earned it.
Timely love.
And the end. But wait, there may be more.
Wow! You finished the game in record time! Check out these outtakes from the recording of Popful Mail! You can run, but you...
Oh, Pope... oh, Pope down.
Perhaps. Listen, I'll tell you what Master... Am I on?
Say,
That was more Sylvestery.
Aw, come on! Mail! You can't just leave me like this! I'm gonna have to do this over! I don't believe it! I've been had. Again! Oh, you don't want that one.
Yeah, took a little bit longer than expected because I had to backtrack to save up some money to get some other stuff off screen, plus the side quests and whatnot. Otherwise, we probably would have finished fast enough to get all the outtakes, but thanks for watching once again, and take care of yourselves, please, and hopefully, in one form or another, I will see you soon.